Hey everybody, Bruce Sweeney, founder of Simply for Life, and today on Peri and Menopause, we're going to talk about fats. We've been saying this for a long time that not all fats are created equal, and some of you seems to put all fats together because you're counting calories. We should not be counting calories. We should be looking at the nutrients. Like all fats contains 9 calories, but they're not really created equal, and they have different effect on your body. So my job today is to convince you on why certain fats you need to avoid altogether and why some are better for you. First of all, some of the fats we're going to talk about get you to be dry, have some issues with dryness, hot flash, and mood swing. These are the top 3 components that are correlated with. So let's look at the bad fats. And we're going to look a little bit more in depth into the bad fats. But what I'm talking about are trans fats, soybean oil, also canola oil, vegetable oil. There's a slew of them. Now, let's be clear. If you're seeing or you have a little bit of trans fat in grass fed animal or dairy, if it's from a good source, you don't need to worry about these trans fats. The trans fats we're talking about, these are ones that are artificially engineered and they're in bakery, cereal, packaged good, and processed food, and including our oils. They're nasty on our sex hormone, really nasty. They create inflammation and have a huge impact on your mental health. But we're going to look even further. I like to call them rancid fats, and here's why. When you look at soybean oil, engineered soybean oils, canola oil, we're talking about engineered canola oil, vegetable oil, even roasted nuts and margarine. But if you look at soybean oil, first of all, it's enough that soybean oil, it's engineered, causes inflammation. It has some isoflavone into it that binds into your estrogen receptors, making the output or how it reacts to your body even more resistance or more difficult. But canola oil and vegetable oil all have the same common thing. They're highly processed. They use high heat and they clean it with bleach. Yeah, clean it with bleach, remove the rancid smell. Then they add on these preservative BHT and BHA. We need to talk about this today. It's so important. Remember BHT and BHA. Actually, this afternoon, the Environment Working Group just put another post on this. And why it's so important is because these are endocrine disruptors. They can have an impact on your hormones, causing hot flash, mood swing, issues with dryness for up to 21 days. Up to 21 days. They have the ability to really send signal message, have an impact on your enzyme aromatase. They lower testosterone for both women and men. They have a huge impact. Nobody talks about this, but the importance of your thyroid and thyroxines is so important during menopause and peri also. They affect your hypothalamus. It has a huge impact on your hypothalamus to when it release growth hormone, releasing hormones to go to your pituitary. So there's a lot of issue, and that's very hard to measure. So a lot of people are asking, well, okay, well, BHA and BHT isn't banned from Health Canada. Well, that's laughable a little bit because Health Canada knows it is a carcinogenic. It's an endocrine disruptors, and they've said they were going to ban it, but it's in every refined oils, and that's why you have to eliminate these oils. Not only they're pro-inflammatory, not only they cause a slew of other issues, but they don't have to legally put it on the label. So you're buying an oil and it's cheap and you're assuming you're doing a good choice, but yet it's laced with these chemical ingredients. And you know what really frustrated me is that when they came out with these products many years ago, they were kind of advertising it that it's an antioxidant. Well, then we found out it was a chemical or an engineered antioxidant, a synthetic antioxidant. Now we know. So Health Canada has to do a better job, but until then, we have to take actions. And if you're feeling that your mood, you're all over the map, can't control it, you have those hot flash, you wake up in the middle of the night, and you have issues with dryness, the fats are so important. And like I said at the beginning, don't look at the calories. It's the type of fats that you're consuming. Now, best part is that While we're going through this process, and how Canada and different countries are banning BHA and BHT right now, they're flirting with a slew of different analogs, right? The food industry, they're very smart, brilliant people. So not only we have that, but we're now introducing new chemicals as preservative or to control the flavor, the smell, so forth, so on. So everybody will be like, okay, well, what does it mean on top of being an endocrine disruptor? What does it mean? Well, these fats are also linked to obesity, documented. There's tons of document on that. Depression, beyond affecting your mood, it's linked to cause depression, anxiety, all the different mood disorders, Alzheimer's disease, and cancer. So the good news is that there is good fats, right? Some of the fats, some are making a comeback, are like lard. It comes from really good animal. And remember, not too long ago, a couple generations ago, we used to consume lard all the time, and we didn't have the issues we have today. Butter, when you have butter, make sure it comes from grass finish, extra virgin olive oil, and of course, I'll throw one up there, our Simply for Life olive oil. There's nothing that comes close to it. Cold pressed coconut oil, macadamia nut oil are atop the best source of fats you can have. And where to get them? Pastured eggs. You want to make sure you get pastured eggs. Wild fish, any wild fish you can have. Grass finished beef. And we're going to talk about this, about the importance of the quality of your protein, because later on another segment I'm going to do is some protein that can cause you more harm than good, and why you need to know the source of your protein. Extra virgin olive oil, again, they're Simply for Life, but any form. Remember, 75% of olive oil in North America is counterfeit. So you got to make sure you get a good source like Simply for Life. Avocado oil. Coconut, again, must be cold pressed, and raw soaked nuts. So there's all kinds of choice you can make. But I kid you not, you can read at the science. Like I say, my promise to you is always come back with validated science. But when it comes to manage your mood, hot flash, and dryness. These endocrine disruptors are causing such an issue. They're basically telling your endocrine output to be all screwed up. And also, some of them have binding effect on your estrogen receptors, which we know it's so important. So make the right choice. If you have any of those fats, it's time to eliminate it. If you're still using margarine, we've been saying for too long, get rid of margarine. If you're using soybean oil, vegetable oil, canola oil, unless you can get real organic canola oil, get rid of your canola oil. And on top of that, regular engineered canola oil versus organic. Organic is about 5 to 6 times the price, just to give you an idea. And it's very hard to get here in Canada. So there you go. I'm hoping you're going to make conscious decisions. Don't look at the calorie, look at the ingredients, and fats has a huge impact. When you start consuming healthier fats, you feel better. It's better on your mood. It basically helps regulate your insulin level and reduce inflammation. Remember, inflammation also have a huge impact on your endocrine output and also your thyroid function. So choose the right fats. And I'm always asked, Bruce, how much fat should I consume? I have no fear of fats. I don't drink it, but I have no fear. You should start with olive oil, a minimum of 3 to 5 tablespoons per day. Now, don't drink it, put it in your food, mix it in your smoothies, cook with it, and most of all, observe the difference it will do. There you go. Enjoy your fats, and most of all, fats will change your mood. Take care.